Watch. Remember, leading into this election, a lot of people on both sides of the aisle said they thought this election could determine the real future of our country, like we are at a precipitous point. Whether that's true or not, that points to a lot of stress. And stress doesn't necessarily go away now that the election is done. Of course, people who voted for Kamala Harris might be more worried than ever, but even people who voted for Donald Trump might find that the symptoms of stress stick around even when the source of stress doesn't. So to talk more about that, we have Dr. Syed Hussain from Trinity Health in New England. Good to see you, sir.
Likewise, Tim.
Glad to have you in here. All right. So what do we have to do to try to sort of limit our stress in this point, regardless of where it's coming from?
So to your point, there's been a lot of buildup, right, to this election.
Yes.
You know, almost it's apocalyptic, and there's a lot riding on this. So if you're feeling anxiety, nervousness, there are a whole bunch of symptoms related to a preoccupation with some of this election-related results, and just to run up to it. You may be having difficulty sleeping, enjoying the usual activities of daily living that you would usually, participate in.
Right.
So all of those things you need to take into account and refocus, right? So what do viewers need to do? Exercise. Do things that you derive pleasure from. So you're able to distract yourself from the current environment, because it's important that this is not the only thing that's going on. There are other things in your life. And making sure that you also keep a limit on how much news you're getting, right? We've spoken about
social media too.
Doom scrolling, for instance, a few weeks ago. So, having that limit on social media exposure, as well as any news that may potentially upset you.
Yes.
Also limiting the topics. If these are topics that cause anxiety, then, discussing other things with your friends and family are some of the things folks need to keep in mind.
Yes, so only got about 20 seconds left. Is there an easy way to figure out when the stress is tipped over and has become toxic? Maybe lack of sleep?
Yeah, sleep, eating habits, Tim, causing depression, feeling down, nervousness, forgetfulness, all of these things, aren't good signs.
All right.
And it means that you need to take care of yourself.
Yeah, sorry we didn't have a lot more time to talk. Of course, a lot going on. Doctor, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Dr. Syed Hussain from Trinity Health of New England.